So Chris, you just had your 17th anniversary at Emmanuel. Obviously, I just started working in ministry full time. How does it feel to be in a place for such a long time?
It's overwhelming sometimes when you think about the number of years invested in one place. And it really hits me when I look at pictures from like 16, 17 years ago, and you see how much people have changed. You know, some of us have a lot less hair. Some of the kids who were, 5th grade, 6th grade now tower over us. Some of them have families of their own now. We're a multi-generational congregation, and a lot of times some of our senior adults will say, "Oh, I love seeing the children because they give me such hope because the next generation's coming along," right? But many of our younger folks look at our senior adults and say, "You give me hope because you give me hope that we can continue on this path, that you're still growing, you're still learning, you're still searching, you're still experiencing." And I think that's what we want, this to be a lifelong experience of growth and faith. And I think hope is what gets us there. I think what's significant about it to me, though, is the scope of the seasons of life that I've gotten to be a part of with other folks. That's part of this work that I love so much. It's one of the privileges of this work is that you get to be there in those moments of life that are kind of landmark experiences. When a child is born, you get to help, ring the bells and celebrate that good news. And when that child goes off to school for the first time, you're kind of right there with everybody saying, "We've experienced this," or "We currently are experiencing it." When a happy couple stands at the altar to say, "I do," there's a privilege, an honor to be right there in the midst of that. And then even the difficult seasons, when life is hard and when there's grief, we are so often welcomed into that space, and we get to help carry that. And that is sacred work. I think it's the kind of work that reminds me that what we do is vastly important.
Yeah, and I think about it, as you said, like children growing up, and I think about how it has been on the flip side for you too, because your boys grew up at Emmanuel, right?
Yeah. They came through the Emmanuel Baptist Day School. They came through all the children's programs. I still have 2 of them in the youth group. And they will tell you that the people in their lives, they've had teachers in schools, they've had coaches in the community, but it's that church family that they feel like, I need to get back to see them. And it's a pretty powerful experience to look back and see all the ways that their church family has been there for them. And I hope we do that for everybody. And I think we do. It's meaningful to see that all these folks are there to help carry you in those times when you need to be carried. And we often use that phrase, this fellowship, this community will be there to help celebrate joys that need to be celebrated, and will help carry burdens that when they get too heavy. So I hope we practice that, and I feel like we do.